Welcome back to the Hank's Strange Situation, Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
So once we're like this, were my shots effective? Checking him, checking my area. All right, now I'm checking him again. Where is it? Now preferably I would do this somewhere else.
Pivoting just about our spot here.
Yeah, okay. And we want to check the bad guy twice, and we want to look. Do we want to look far to near or near to far?
Near to far.
That's going to hurt you first is the stuff up close. So check yourself. Guys, your eyesight will always be under duress during stress. It's always going to get worse. So we've got to be very slow and deliberate. Take your time when you're checking your area. I like to call this a situation check. And no, not Hank Strange situation. I'm saying this is...
About to say, man, that's copyrighted.
But this is what I call the situation check, because we are checking the situation. We're looking for things that are helping us. We're looking for things that are potentially harmful. And we're also looking where can we go besides here.
Mic and all that. I always forget to turn my mic on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've got like several of them going, man.
That's
all
cool.
that kind of stuff. Oh, okay. Ready to go?
I'm ready, man.
All right. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Hank Strange. I'm hanging out with my friend.
Yeah.
You know, people say friend all the time, including me, and it doesn't really mean that much. But this dude right here is my friend for real, man.
Thank you.
Reid Henrichs of Valor.
Thank you.
You know, thanks for inviting us out here, man.
Man, I really like all the interactions that we've had. Like, we've known each other for a couple years.
Yeah.
And every interaction that we've ever had together has been like really good.
Positive and upbeat, man.
Yeah.
Always come away feeling good about it.
Yeah.
You want to tell the folks about what class we took today?
Oh, well, I invited Hank out to Pistolcraft 1 at Valor Ridge because we've been, I mean, we talked guns a lot, but then we were talking about training, and I said, man, how about getting some training? And he says, yeah, I'd be up for that. And so he came up and took Pistolcraft 1 on a Tuesday and Wednesday sold-out class.
Yeah.
A great group of people.
It was great, man. It was great. What do you know what I wanted to ask you? What would you like people to know that want to come out here and take classes with you? Because I'm sure a lot of people are there like, what do I need to bring? Where is it? You know, what kind of classes you guys have going on? What's the quick stuff you want people to know?
Oh, okay. Well, if you're going to take a class here, we've got, first of all, we're booked out in 2015 for the rest of the year. I mean, we're booked out. We don't have any more openings in class.
That's a good thing. So check the schedule.
Yeah.
What's the website?
ValorRidge.com.
ValorRidge.com. Okay.
And our 2016 schedule's up. But if you're going to come to class, you're going to need about 800 rounds of pistol ammo.
Yeah.
And at least 3 magazines. You can bring more, but bring
the
maybe
more the better, I think. You know.
I think so.
Yeah, we went through those magazines.
We got to shoot.
Yeah.
But bring some magazines, you know, and really what I really want people to understand is what we're doing here is this is entirely for self-defense shooting. Like, this isn't like target shooting or competitive shooting or any of that. It's shooting for...
It's the real world stuff that you need to be able to fight back, right?
Yeah, definitely, you know, protect yourself, your family, your home, your loved ones, that kind of thing. And so we really wanted a practical approach to things, is like what works in actual use and what has worked in actual use. And we've taught and we put it into our classes, and then you have our students, you know, be able to apply that. And it's simple, it's not hard. Right. What did you think about it?
I thought it was awesome, man. You know, I've never done training like this, first of all. The training I've done was, I would say, way easier than this. Okay. And not that it's difficult at all, but it's real life training. You know, you're going to find out that you could do things that you didn't think you could do. That's what I realized from doing this training, you know. There's a lot of things. I'm going to try to roll in some footage of what we did, but I won't roll in everything. And honestly, you guys need to come out here to really see what's happening. But you've got a really great facility. It's a beautiful location. And the training itself, what you do with people, I think is really practical.
Thank you.
Stuff and I'm telling you, I kept thinking, I'm not going to be able to do this. You know?
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised that I'm even up and talking right now, you know, after everything you're going to get your money's worth, I think. That's what I'm trying to say, because a lot of guys do these classes, and it's a lot of talk and different things, and you do have some really good lectures that go on. Well, but it's mostly action.
Well, we like taking people that have been told they can't do certain things. Right. Oh, you can't do that. You can't do this. You can't do this for beginners and blah, 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 blah. And it's always no, 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 no.
Right.
And here, like, I want people to show that not only can you do those things, but
Right.
you can do them pretty darn well. And you know, we had people shoot a lot of qualification, like standard qualification courses, and they blew it out of the water.
Absolutely. There were some great people here, man.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's something I'm also really impressed with. Everyone else in the class was great, you know, and people from all walks of life, I think. And there were a few. There was a father that brought his daughter, and a father that came with his son
From California.
You know,
All the way from California. Flew,
You
they
know,
took his son. Yeah.
There were some people, like there was a guy I think that came with his girlfriend. Just you know, people from all walks of life and good people.
And did you notice that like all the different types that came here, like how many of them was this their first class? Like quite a few.
Most of them, yeah.
I had a couple guys that had took the class earlier this year as well.
Right.
They wanted to take it again, but most of the class was guys and gals that had never really taken a class before. And then
there were some people that never really shot their gun. You know?
Right.
They maybe put 50 rounds through the gun, but never really shot it. I've taken some classes, but this is on a completely different level.
Thank you.
So,
Well, we do it for 17 years. You pick up a couple of things.
yeah.
But I mean, it's fun. It's fun, and man, I'm glad you can make it because you know we planned this a few months ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that'd be awesome because October, beautiful out this time.
Yeah, the
of year.
weather is awesome. That's another thing I think at this time.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is here in the summertime, but this time is great, you know? It's a little chilly in the morning, but you kind of need that. And then even at its hottest point during the day when we were really doing stuff, you know, I think one of the things I wanted to say is make sure you bring lots of hydration.
Water.
You know, bring some food out here because you're going to burn some calories.
Yeah,
Even
that's
me,
true.
I burned some calories, man.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You know?
No, you know, what was really cool about it was the fellowship with all the other people, and you know, it's really great seeing everybody that loves this country, that loves our freedoms, that loves, you know, being able to exercise the Second Amendment, and you know, guys like you that, you know, you're around guns is kind of how you tell people about them all the time,
Right.
and you do this stuff, and you know, you go out and get and you came out and train and you learn, and it's a process. But what I really liked about it, man, was that everybody was so happy. It just in general, it's a Tuesday, Wednesday, man. There's a lot of worse things to be doing on a Tuesday,
exactly.
Wednesday.
It was awesome, man.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you, Reid and I. You know, we're label mates, kind of, right? Because we're both on Full 30.
Yeah.
We're on YouTube also.
Yeah.
On YouTube, what are you on YouTube? What's
Reid Henrichs is my
Reid
name.
Henrichs, okay. And then on
Real
Full 30
innovative, isn't it?
Yeah. It's his real name also.
Yeah, it's my real name. Look it up.
Yeah. So, and then on Full 30, you're Reid Henrichs.
Of Valor Ridge.
Of Valor Ridge, right. And then on Facebook, what are you?
Reid Henrichs of Valor Ridge.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, he's not like me. I'm like, dude, what's your Instagram account and your Twitter? He's like, what?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, but I am going to post a bunch of cool stuff because I actually stayed here on the campus. I don't know what you know. I stayed here on the property. About 2 nights, man, right here on this fire, man.
Cool.
You're good at making a fire. That's one thing I found out about Reid.
Yeah,
This dude can start a fire.
Well, we had a little bit of help, you know, in chopping up some maple trees, but
Yeah.
it's fun to be out here and it's fun to invite friends over and
Right.
dude, I'll tell you, every time that we've hung out and shot or you know and just shot the bull here, like it's been good, man. And I just want to tell you, dude, like I really appreciate you making the trip all the way from Florida, and I really appreciate you being such a great student in class and
Thanks,
doing
man.
exactly what we asked you to do.
It was awesome. I genuinely had a great time. I loved it. You know, as tough as it was, there were times there when I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm getting all the way through, but it was great. And you know what, man? I'm honored that you invited me to come out here. You know, I really am, man. And anything that I can do, I encourage everyone to go out there and support this guy as much as possible, man. He's a good guy.
Thank you.
We need people like him in the gun community. We need to support them and make sure they're always around doing their thing, man. I expect to see you doing this at 109.
109. If I make 109, I did something right.
Yeah.
But thank you. It means a lot to
It
me
was
coming
awesome,
from you.
man. And the goats. I have to mention the goats. We both had goats. So I've got to mention the goats, and I have some footage. I'll roll that in of people taking a lunch break here. I would just recommend when you bring your lunch out here, don't feed it well, someone fed the goats, right?
That's the mistake. Mistake number one is one person fed them and then they all came over.
is that guy?
I've got two pregnant goats.
Yeah.
2. And so they're hungry and they're
Yeah.
gonna eat. So they all get around.
and you've got some goats in heat.
That was evident.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
evident with all the billy goats running around. So you never know what you're gonna get. You know, shooting
We got a
targets
nature
and-
class.
It's fun
You know,
anyway.
it was awesome, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, check out Reid Henrichs of Valor Ridge. You want to do some training? It's awesome to buy these really cool guns. I do that. I'm guilty of it. You know, I would suggest that people take some of that money and get some training. It's going to help you out a lot and help you make better choices when you buy your guns in the future, I think.
Thank you, Hank. I'm glad we have you out here, and you're welcome anytime.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. You know how I end this, right?
What's that?
Peace out.
That's good,
Sweet.
man.
Good.
Good deal.